I am Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher 33, doing a beautiful video in the green, soaking up the green, the frequency of green. And today I'm going to talk about a theme that's heavily promoted on fast click, short attention social media platforms such as TikTok and Instagram. A theme that is presented in very positive, attractive clothes, but is actually a little bit disempowering to one on the journey on experiencing the full capacities of their power and human potential. And that theme is the theme of false empowerment narratives. These quick memes that have very attractive slogans and cliches that get you hyped up, that get you inspired. This being one of the things that is fed by these algorithms. And why am I so critical of this? And part of it is I really believe what a lot of these algorithms are feeding people is actually more of a smokescreen. A smokescreen to lead you away from doing the things you need to do and from intaking the information that you actually need that's relevant to the evolution of your consciousness. And I enjoy some of these memes. I'm not someone who is completely dismissive, but what I see is when you see a meme that tells you how powerful you are and how great you are out of any kind of that's just thrown out there, but yet you may not believe that. You may not be doing things in your life that actually support the identity of empowerment, of awakening. But you see these memes and you click on them and you like them because you like what they say. You want to believe that, but you don't. And ultimately what this reinforces is, again, a paradigm where you're saying to yourself how you're empowered and how great and powerful a being you are, but yet you're not living that way. You're not doing it. There's a disconnect. Whenever there's this disconnect, whenever we do these affirmations, but yet we don't really believe them, and we're not taking any type of inspired action, we continue to reinforce more of what we don't want, or more of a false identity of someone who believes they're empowered, but yet they're another NPC running around in the Matrix, just being another walking cliche. And so what I find, again, if we see these memes, but yet when we are taking the action in our lives, we're taking the inspired action of what's relevant to us to pursue a goal that creates this identity that we're stepping into, then they're very supportive. They're very positive in that context. But most of the engagement I have with people are people who don't do this. That's why I'm making this video. Most people who I know who like a lot of this stuff, they don't live it. They're always seeking, and it's just like a little kid, a lost child, always seeking a parent to tell them it's okay, as opposed to being a grown-up and learning to start to carry the loads themselves and start to let go of some of the loads they don't need to carry as well, but ultimately taking responsibility for their lives, what they create, what they engage in. And again, I'm a believer that these power systems of the world, I'm a knower, not just a believer, they're here to feed off of you. They are not here to empower you. And again, there are people and people who built businesses on these platforms who are putting out great content, who got in and built a following before these algorithms have shifted so much. And when you've already got the numbers behind you, then the algorithm supports you. But there are many people who put out great content and may have the message that you need to hear, but are going to get buried by these algorithms because they don't want you to be empowered, and they'll give you, again, this false empowerment narrative, some generic fluff that's going to make you feel all warm and fuzzy for the moment. So you'll feel good just enough that you go about and forget about the work you got to do. And you forget about the actions you need to take. And that instead of being a courageous being who steps into something uncomfortable, that does the relevant work, that you simply just keep clicking on these memes and clicking on these pages that offer quick and easy feel-good moments. And then you forever stay trapped as this battery for the system that feeds it, but yet never steps into the power of a creator, the power of using that creative spark that's within you and creating something unique. So with that being said, I'm going to end this transmission. And maybe it'll get to those who need to hear this. Maybe it'll get out there. But if it doesn't, I know I'm doing my part, regardless of taking the radical action of sharing a relevant message and taking the action in my life to embody that message. So with that being said, I'm going to end this transmission. Be strong, be well, and I will see you on the other side, my friends.